Yo, how's it going everybody, and welcome back to my Tsukihime playthrough. We are doing the Arcueid Route right now, and let's see, we are on part 11. Make sure you guys follow the link down in the description below if you are on my main channel. That'll take you to my second anime channel. I post all sorts of like anime AMVs on there, like video essays and whatnot. You'd probably like it. This playthrough is also up over there. Without further ado, let's get started. Last time we ran into a bit of a bad end, but now we get to go on a date with Arcueid, and it should be pretty fun. It should be pretty good. Let's see what happens. For the first time being, the movie theater is always a safe bet. Oh wait, for the time being. As long as the movie you choose is good, it can't be boring. This place is always pretty lively, though I don't know what's here. Arcueid walks right next to me. On the way, actually even now, everyone around us keeps casting glances our way. Yo, Chi Hera. Hera, greetings. Thanks for stopping by. It doesn't need to be said, but it's probably because Arcueid really stands out. I'm aware of it a little, but everyone else's reactions make me even more conscious of it, and it's a bit troubling. Arcueid acts just like she normally does, but since I can't help but be overwhelmed by your femininity, I can't seem to make any meaningful conversation. Hey, do you hear me, Shiki? I'm asking you where we're going. Well, most couples here usually go to the movie theater. I point to the movie theater in front of us. Movie theater? So watching a movie then? Princess doesn't seem to be pleased. After coming this far, I don't have a choice. It's not like I have any clue who plays the vampire girl in the first place. Because I've gone this far, I just have to prepare myself for her to say boring. Just go in. If you're dissatisfied, we can always split up here. I'm not really dissatisfied. Ring Sayako follows me. She slumps her shoulders as if to say, "You good for nothing guy. I'm going to buy tickets, but what do you want to see?" Let's see, there's a romance and a romance and a romance. The suit is kind of stinks. To be honest, I want to go back too. Any one of them is fine. They really all look the same. Yeah, then let's just buy one. Bro, they should see the Demon Slayer movie in theaters. But that was like 20 years too soon. Just saying. Very funny. Yo, wouldn't it be funny if they were watching it'd be funny if they were watching like Fate Heaven's Feel movies or something. That would be hilarious. But yeah, there weren't any movies back then, so very funny. That'd be funny if in like the remake though they alluded to like something like this about with like the Fate movies. That'd be really funny. But I don't even know if this made it into the remake. I'm gonna have to see when I play through that. I get in the shortest line and buy 2 tickets. Here you go. Just show this ticket when we go in. They'll take half of the ticket, but that's how it's supposed to be, so don't get angry. I know that much. Really think I don't know anything, Shiki? Aw, no, that's not it. I just thought maybe you didn't know much about human society. I have some knowledge of it stored away. I know at least about a movie theater. Doing a small humph, she turns her face away and walks towards the theater. It was a mistake. I knew taking a vampire to the movie theater would be too dull. The thing is, just going to the park and just sitting around is kind of dull, so I don't know. We exit the theater. We watched a romance. It wasn't exactly boring, but not terribly interesting either. It was a typical French movie. Focused less on breathtaking scenes and concentrated more on creating a calm atmosphere. As we leave together, Arcueid walks with me wordlessly. An uncomfortable silence. Maybe she would have been happier if it was an action flick or a horror movie. Hey Arcueid? Yeah, it was really fun, Shiki. What? Fun, Arcueid? I mean, hearing about it and seeing it were two totally different things. Even though I knew some background information about what a movie theater was, my imagination fell short of reality. It gives a happy, heartfelt smile. Darkness was really nice, and even though the sounds were loud, they weren't noisy. And having you next to me was also fun. But more than that, the subject matter was really good. I was surprised they would go so far as to make up a story. It's so detailed, my imagination was nothing like it. I was really moved. Is that so? Huh? You look like you don't agree. Was it boring? No, not really boring, just ordinary. There's way more interesting things than that. No way! That was really good, you know? Well, I guess movie experts like that kind of movie. But there's a ton of better ones. They're not out right now, but there are epics out there many times better than that. To be blunt, what we just saw was pretty low quality. I'm surprised. It's so easy to read your expressions, Arcueid. Not just surprised, but amazed. That Arcueid, she looked so not into it, so I thought she was going to complain, but now she's like an excited kid. Too bad. If it was earlier, we could have seen a better movie. If I knew you would have liked it, I would have taken you. It's not so she thanks me. I generally do want to make her happy. Oh, I see. I guess we don't have much luck. Got some shoulders and disappointment. Yeah, we just keep missing opportunities. Some of my shoulders and disappointment too. Yeah, really. It really would have been nice to see her happy, smiling face a little longer. It's now past 2, so to ease my hunger, take us to a fast food restaurant. I don't even know if she eats this kind of food, but after Arcueid stares long and hard at the menu, she ends up ordering the same thing I did. Sit down across from her. After Arcueid looks around quickly, she pops a French fry in her mouth like she's done it before many times. Wow, you seem pretty used to it. Thought maybe it was your first time. Yeah, this is the first time I've done it. I've known about places like these, but I was only from information sources. This information, I see. You watch the news, so I guess you read magazines too. Not quite like that. I need knowledge to fit in with the times, right? So when I wake up, I study the information of what time and then go into action. What's usually over in a few days, so it usually ends up being useless. Huh? She says things that are hard to understand like this from time to time. Huh. Why does it end up useless? Because I go to sleep right away. I don't know how many years later I wake up the next time, so I can't use much of what I remember. After it's over, all I do is sleep. But maybe I've been missing out. I only knew the world through those sources. I knew about how people would gather like this, but I never experienced it. See, but isn't knowing just enough? Just now you ordered some food like it was perfectly natural. Of course, I studied so I can act that way. But that's all. Experience is far greater than theory. Even if I know about zillions of things, it's useless if I'd never done them. Arcueid sighs. Is that so? I think some people say theory makes up for a lack of experience. That's something those who only know theory say. I used to think that way until just recently. Arcueid's expression starts to cloud. For some unknown reason, I don't like seeing her face like that. Is that so? Okay, my alarm's went off. There we go. There's a lot of people out there in the world, so not everyone is the same. Wow, you really got deep and serious, Shiki. Hey now, Arcueid-san. You're the one who started being all serious. I was just going along. Don't kill a conversation like that. Since you're telling me all that stuff about yourself. Yeah, I know. You always listen to me when I want to talk. You always yell at me, but you listen to me when it's serious. Arcueid laughs brightly. That's what she thinks anyway. But I think such a genuine smile suits her best. I was thinking about what you said earlier. I really am narrow-minded. I can't really see anything else after I make up my mind. Not needing anyone but myself. I'm the only one who is right. I can only think of in those terms. That's right. There are a lot of hearts out there, so there's a lot of people that can do easily what I can't. She somehow seems very gentle as she contemplates, or whatever that said, I forget. But even if I contemplate it, my personality won't change. I like this me the best, and I believe it is the correct way. She smiles as she says those courageous words. Then she looks around like before and takes a bite of her hamburger. Chomp, chomp. As if to erase any image of her being a vampire, Arcueid chows down on her junk food. How come? Seems impossible to look elegant while eating a hamburger, but Arcueid makes it look beautiful. Oh. What? Staring at me like that? Is this not how you eat it? Arcueid hurriedly puts the hamburger back on her tray. Then she wipes her mouth with a paper napkin. But even that simple action seems so elegant. No, it's right. It's right. But it's strange. In your case, it doesn't suit you, so don't do it. Don't eat the burger. I don't even know why I say that as I chomp on my hamburger like a hamburger should be eaten. What do you mean it doesn't suit me? It's an image problem. That small mouth of yours isn't fit to eat fast food. Fries aren't a problem, so you can have my share. Put French fries on your tray. I really don't know what I'm doing at all. I don't want them. I don't feel like eating just those. They're saying that she brings the hamburger to her mouth once more. She might be worried about my stare as she eats it more normally. Well, I can live with that. But a hamburger eating vampire? All living things need nutrition to live, so they eat. Before Arcueid declares she doesn't drink blood. So in order to gain that nutrition, does she eat food just like this, like us normal humans? Hey Arcueid? What, you meanie? No, I wasn't gonna criticize you. I just had a question, if that's okay. Sure, what is it? Oh, you're a vampire right then. I was wondering if your food for you was only blood? Her eyes widen. I knew it. It was a weird question. So even Arcueid's facial expression is getting angry or not. Hey Shiki, normally I don't eat food. Certainly eating like this allows me to move on my own, but it's more of a mental thing. For me to eat, in other words, taking in nutrition, is a different process than the one you have. I do have an appetite, but maybe it's more akin to lust. If I don't eat, I get irritated, but since I don't put much priority on it, inversion impulses rarely happen. She usually denies the blood as food theory. Yeah, that's what it is. She really seems to be okay with not drinking blood. I see, that's good. Arcueid isn't someone that kills humans to feed. It really is a good thing. Jeez, if Arcueid just said from the beginning, I'm a vampire that doesn't suck human blood, then I would have agreed to help her from the start. Hey, wait a minute. You don't call that a vampire. You do? Even Given you can't resist eating for one day, right? For those vampires who are true ancestors like me, the highest class of food, the thing that can satisfy our desires the most is blood. So in order to live and fulfill our desires, we can substitute blood with other things. When it comes to the dead apostle vampires, if we're originally human, it is different matter. In order to maintain their existence, they need the blood of others. In other words, the best way to satisfy your hunger is blood. But you said you hated drinking blood. So just like people who don't like certain food, you hate the taste of blood. I take a guess at the satisfactory simplification of the long explanation she gave. However, it seems like I was a little off. I don't know what blood tastes like. Huh? Told you I'm not a full vampire. Not knowing the taste of blood. I still don't know that. All I know is to drink human blood is to refuse to recognize them as people. She looks away, not even trying to look at me. Hey Shiki, what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence lifespan as you did? Could you eat them? Could you justify it to yourself by saying, no matter how much intelligence they have, they still are food? Ooh, that's actually pretty philosophical right there. Interesting. No, could I eat them? I don't know, but first off, I'd try and eat other food, things that didn't have intelligence. See? Just like that. That's why I hate the thought of drinking blood. Well, maybe there are likes and dislikes, as you said too. If I could, I'd like to avoid the sight of blood. But yes, if humans didn't have the same worth, intelligence, or values than I did, then maybe I would drink blood. Isn't providence of nature taking the lives of things to protect your own? Right, Arcueid asks me for agreement. But that, even if Arcueid says it, I can only deny it. I don't want to agree with that. Certainly that may be true, but in the first place, humans are like you. So let's just cut short this kind of conversation. I don't like talking about what ifs. Really, I like what ifs. Not knowing how things will turn out, but still having hope at least for that moment. What if? Then what if she drank blood like other vampires? Would we be talking like this? What's wrong, Shiki? Your face got all dark all of a sudden. Do you have to go to the bathroom? Hey, you come up with all that when someone is thinking seriously? I sigh. Even though I'm seriously thinking about it, Arcueid doesn't seem to think much about drinking blood. Yeah, it doesn't concern me. She's just mumbling to herself like that. Trying to hide something isn't manly, Shiki. It looks like an angry cat again. Neko arc. I'm not really hiding anything. Besides, you're the one with all the secrets. You're just having fun saying things I can't understand. Having fun, I'm not trying to do that. I don't know where her bad mood went, but she suddenly calms down. She looks like she's uneasy with me nailing it on the head. Really? You really were having fun seeing me stumped like earlier. Do you like teasing, or is it secrecy? Oh, or is it secrecy? Well, we are two different kinds of life forms, so I don't care. That's not it. I was just trying to answer you. It probably looks like I'm hiding a lot of things because you never asked. So whatever I ask, you'll tell me? Yes. We're a team after all. Alright. Then as she wishes, I shall ask questions to clear things up. Ooh, we could actually ask questions. I'll tell her about last night. Last night is when he gets attacked. History. I feel like this would be actually really funny thing to choose. I feel like this would actually be hilarious to choose. Okay, we're gonna go down this one, but then we're gonna hop back and just choose this top one. I just want to see what Arcueid does to this. Probably won't ever get a chance to talk with Arcueid in a fast food restaurant in the middle of the day like this again, so I'll ask not about vampires but something more ordinary. Then I'll ask you, Arcueid, could you tell me a little about your interests, your past, and your 3 sizes? What the heck? You want to know about that? You sure ask strange things, he. It's not strange. I don't know anything about you, so it's natural to want to know more about you. I feel the same way. Perhaps in that case, I don't mind. But interest in the past, I don't have any of those. I've also never measured myself, so I can't tell you my 3 sizes. I never record my age or my height like you guys do. What do you mean? You've never even wondered about yourself? No, it's not like that, but it wasn't anything I ever had as a priority. All I need is the ability to hunt dead apostles. Still, there are things that happened before you came to the city, right? I want to hear about this kind of things. Before I came here, that would probably be about 8 years ago then. At that time I wasn't in this country, but in some other country hunting a vampire. The vampire made its lair in a small French countryside village that became a ghost town. After 2 days I found the enemy and dealt with the female dead apostle controlling the town. As if remembering something horrible, Arcueid closes her eyes and cuts off. 8 years ago. And up until now, what were you doing, Arcueid? What was I doing? I just went back to my castle and slept. My duty is to hunt dead apostles. I have no other meaning for existence, so until a dead apostle stands out, there's nothing to do but continue sleeping, right? Continue sleeping? Does she mean literally? Oh, in the first place. Wait a minute. Castle, you mean that castle? I'd have trouble believing it, but don't tell me your place is like that Cinderella's castle. Cinderella castle? She tilts her head and she doesn't get it. Oh no, it's not really a perfect expression. I mean, you're a princess. As it seems that way. A long time ago I was told to cut my hair and scolded to act more like a royalty. I'm speechless. I'm gonna think of it, that Navinskriga guy always called her princess. But still, royal princess? Still glance at Arcueid. She's beautiful enough to take your breath away, but such a rambunctious person as a princess? She's not quite what comes to mind when I think of a princess. Well, at least you are as selfish as a princess. I gave a deep sigh. Hey now, I only said that because you asked. Don't respond like that. Her Royal Highness glares at me. Arcueid doesn't seem to think of herself as a princess either, so I think it's just best to forget about this. Resumes eating her hamburger. After she's finished and calmed down, I decided to go somewhere else. We do some window shopping on the main street and end up heading towards the school for some reason. The sun starts to set. Actually, it's because Arcueid suddenly exclaims, "Let's go to the school you're attending." And I couldn't tell her no. Oh no, this is probably gonna end badly. Told you before, but we can't go inside. Skip school today after all, and you're an outsider. I know. Won't cause any trouble, so just relax. Arcueid peers at the school from the gate. Huh? Arcueid tilts her head. What's wrong? Did something happen? Looks like the school grounds from behind her. This time I'm the one tilting my head. There's no sign of anyone on the school grounds. It's not even quite 6 o'clock yet. This time there should be a lot of athletic clubs still practicing. They're all dead. Shiki, it seems there's no one here. I'm not sure why, but there really is no one here. I don't see anyone in the building either. Shiki, there's no one inside you now. Hood stares upward at me. Somehow I'm pretty sure I know what she's trying to say. No way, I refuse her bluntly. But she doesn't listen to me. If there's no one there, we can't get in trouble for going in. We came at a great time, didn't we? I told you I don't want to. Wow, it's bigger than I thought inside. The school building is also really huge. It seems well suited for its task. That's strange. Arcueid's voice isn't coming from right near me, but from inside the school grounds. Shiki, this door won't open, so is it okay if I break it down? What blurring speed. Arcueid is already right next to a glass door with her arm hooked to break it. Why won't you listen to what people are saying? With all my strength I dash toward the glass to prevent it from being broken by a big idiot. You came over. She gives me a smile as if she was enjoying this. Is going to my high school this much fun? There's a lot of other better places I can take you, so let's just get out of here. I don't think so. The place you always come to, it seemed pretty fun. It gives a mischievous laugh and smiles devilishly. Shiki, I want to go inside here. Can you kill the lock on this? Ooh, yeah, you can kill the lock. Exactly, do it. Wouldn't it be less messy than if I did it? The way you slice something apart doesn't have any cross sections like that look like the action of a blade. If someone finds it later on, it'll just look like it fell apart on its own. Come on, come on. She points at the glass window by the hallway. Sheesh, you're acting like a kid. I half lower my glasses. Now then, window with a line and the crescent lock would be crap. There conveniently is one. Taking my knife out of my pocket, I cut down the lock. No, not cut it down, more like killing it. He killed the lock. All set, let's go in here. Let's open the glass window and enter the school building. So I knew it. Arcueid declares she wants me to guide her to my classroom first. Hey Shiki, what do you study here? What? Normal school stuff. History and a lot of deep studies into the culture of my country. And to know about how things work, we study physics and math. We might go overseas one day, so we study English too. Oh, really? Taking you into account, I thought you were studying things like the best way to slice up people or how to use various blades. She says something pretty funny. Arcueid, you're saying that even though you already know what kind of place this is, right? Haha, good job. She starts to clap. It's always hard to understand what she's thinking, but today takes the cake. Bring me here, just what the heck is she planning? Shiki, what is it? Something looking serious like that. You really did have a reason for bringing me here, didn't you? No, there isn't any reason. I just wanted to hear about this kind of place. This kind of place? About school? Yeah, you spend about half your day here, right? Is there a use for all the knowledge and experiences you gain here? Or are you just wasting your time learning things unnecessary for you? Huh. Question is the least understandable so far. For example, there's some skills you learn here that will never be used. Isn't that a waste? Well, maybe it is a waste. I learn math, but we only use the simplest of math in our daily lives. I learn about this country's history in English, but I don't know if I'll ever use it. Oh, so you realize it then. But then why do you do such pointless things? Your time is so short, you don't have time to waste. Your time to waste, well, We don't have a specific goal, so we live pointlessly like this until we do. I can't believe it. Even though you know it's pointless, you make it something you live for. Yeah, I really can't believe it. Her voice is terribly hushed. I don't know why, of course. Something to live for, huh? That may be true, but are useless things that bad? Huh? Isn't it alright to do extra things? Even if I use what I learn only here, still becomes a reminder of my days here. Some years later, be a time when I'll just think, I'll remember back and say, yeah, that's how it was back then, and give a better smile. So there's meaning in it. I don't get it. Those memories themselves are pointless, but you're saying there's fun in remembering them, Shiki? Yeah, that's okay. People are designed not to remember painful things. In the first place, the lives of humans are full of pointless things. Think of it, isn't life itself pointless? So I don't think about it too deeply. I think it's best to just fool yourself and live like you don't realize there is no meaning to life. You know it's pointless, yet you do it. I really don't get it. I can't do anything pointless. Even now I haven't done anything that I didn't need to do. What are you saying? Wasn't this whole day full of pointlessness? Isn't your purpose hunting vampires? And there's really no need for you to go walking around with me. That's true. I don't understand that either, but I wanted to ask you because we didn't seem to do anything but pointless things, but now I'm totally confused. Yes, I'm sorry, I am only a completely pointless person. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I understand what you're trying to say, Shiki. Humans are a collective, so their worth isn't determined by the individual, but by the whole group. Even if an individual is mistaken, if the group is correct, then it is forgiven. But as for us, we are solitary creatures, so we can't allow ourselves to be mistaken. We can't allow our wills to be influenced by anyone else. That's why I was always taught never to do extra things. Quietly. She talks as if she was in a confessional. Oh, but now I don't know anymore. For just a brief time, really, only 7 days. I just had to wonder if I really was right. Because it was so fun, doing things, living like this. I never thought till now how happy I could make me. Arcueid. Maybe I broke down. I've never been awake for this long until now. Maybe I'm already fast asleep dreaming about all this. With empty eyes, Arcueid whispers these words, but I can't speak. Image flutters like a projected hologram. Broken, what do you mean? Look pretty normal to me. Maybe on the outside, but I'm different on the inside. Happiness and pain, all of these extra feelings are becoming greater. I can't ignore things that I used to be able to in the past. So I'm broken, right? And also, I'm not normal. I'm different from you, Shiki. I'm a vampire. Saying that, she seemed to laugh, really faintly, as if hiding in the red of the setting sun. That's strange. It's just a weird. The dusk classroom, bathed in a red sun. A vulnerable looking girl. The scene, that's not like you at all. Yeah, that's not like her at all. You're a vampire, so don't look so vulnerable like you're some ordinary girl. Things you can't ignore, having to do pointless things if it's not causing trouble to anyone. Isn't it alright to just let it all go? I said not to think about yourself too seriously. I don't know what you're thinking about, but I don't see a problem. You're not causing trouble to anyone. Really? But you always yell at me. Is that different? I'm an exception. I have the sin of killing you, so dealing with you is just karma. It's okay, I'm doing it because I want to. So please don't think about the trouble you're causing me. His expression clouds over. She makes that kind of face, it's a little troubling. She looks so weak, I want to embrace her. Please, Arcueid, get it straight now. It's true that you're selfish, you don't listen to other people, and you're full of problems. But other than that, you're pretty normal. You're not broken, you're just like a normal girl. So smile. If you keep making that expression, it'll make me feel bad. That's pretty mean. Am I really that selfish? Red looks at me suddenly as if studying my expression. I'm taken aback a little. Seems this princess didn't realize she was selfish. Ha 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 ha. What are you saying? If you take every bit of selfishness out of you, there may left any left but bones. Those bones. What I'm saying doesn't quite make sense, but it seemed very funny. Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined I would see Arcueid embarrassed over herself. Oh, she got mad. Shiki, you jerk. I was seriously discussing matters and you act so heartlessly. Like I said, didn't I say I was nice to everyone but you? So being mean to you isn't anything new. So feeling my laughter, I look back at her. The cloud hanging over her face has disappeared and she has a genuine expression on her face, which is much more like you. But you know, I guess it's better for you to be lively. I'm a little relieved. What are you relieved? Are you supposed to be heartless towards me? Yeah, that's right. It's up my head questioningly. It's strange, I don't even know why myself. Before I just didn't want to see her looking depressed, and I wanted to protect her. It's ridiculous. Without a doubt, she's pretty, and I know she's a good person. Also, it isn't boring to be with her. But no way can such a ridiculous thing be happening. Get a hold of yourself, Shiki. She's a vampire. It's pretty vague. Are you saying you don't understand yourself? Be quiet. It's alright if I don't understand myself. I've always been aware of how strange I am from the beginning. That's why my memories are always vague. Oh, I see. That's why you always spaced out, Shiki. Good nods to herself as if deeply understanding the matter. Having to take my excuse so seriously makes me wonder if maybe it really is true. Well then. We can't stay in this classroom forever. We should hurry up and leave before we're found by teachers left in school. Come on, let's head out. There's nothing else to do here, right? I throw her a questioning glance. She seems to be pondering her words and asks me a strange question. Shiki, do you enjoy things? Are you sick today or something? Don't make fun of me. I know a little bit about your body. Even you know it, right? That it isn't strange for you to die at any moment. What? Thump. The sky on my chest almost feels like it's squirming. Well, humans die eventually. But in your case, death will come quicker than for other people. Her eyes are serious. But everyone has lines of death on them, so there are many places where they can die easily. It's not like I'm the only one who's very close to death. Answer me, do you ever have moments where you enjoy yourself even though you have such an unstable hold on life? You really are stupid. There's no way I can know that. But there's one thing clear to me. I almost died 8 years ago, and for a short while, probably when I was getting surgery at the hospital, felt like I was in a dark place. Maybe it was a dream. Just at the time, I truly felt like I died, like that place was truly death. I was extremely happy after that miraculous recovery, that I met Sensei and was able to return to a normal life. Never realized it until I died once, but the world is so peaceful and such a fun place to be. They say pleasure can't be found in this life, but I think for humans, just living is good enough. That's why I can continue living like this, even knowing that it's all pointless. That's why, if someone asks me if I'm enjoying life, unless it's something really unforgivable, I can't help but answer that I am. No matter how much despair it is, I'm satisfied with just existing. That's something more certain than the nothingness of death. No one had to teach me that, but I still know that. Just being allowed to be here really is a wonderful thing. It's just, isn't living enjoyable enough? Everything up until now was fun, so I can feel like living. Well, I guess this is how I can answer your question. I can't really say anything is too profound. I've only been alive for 17 years. I see, so that's how your heart is. Just doing that is fun enough. That's true, even though you know it's something extra, you can't give it up because you enjoy it. Yo, what genre of game is this? It is a visual novel. Yeah, this is the Tsukihime visual novel. Came out in like the year 2000, so it's like 22 years old now. It's actually crazy though. But yeah, if you're unfamiliar with this, like, yeah, this is by the same author that did the Fate Stay Night visual novel and Fate Stay Night. But this is like slightly different from that. But yeah, we're on like day 9, I think, right now. So it's pretty far in. Just gonna say never heard of it. Oh, a Fate? Yeah, it's... I have seen all Fate animes. Yeah, this is basically in a separate universe timeline, I guess. But it still has like the same rules and stuff for like magecraft and stuff as like Fate does. It's just kind of different. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'm like pretty far into the first route of the story, and I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, I'm only on the first route. There's like 5 routes to this one, so there's like 5 different canonical like story plot lines. So it's pretty good, and like the Fate Stay Night has like 3 different ones. So yeah, but yeah, like there is an anime for this, but it is like really old, and so honestly, I'm kind of just waiting for them to remake it. It'd be really cool if they remade it, or like did a near side remake. Or wait, no, you're not gonna understand what that means. But like if they adapt this route I'm currently doing, that would be pretty good. And then if they adapt some of at least 1 or 2 of the other routes, that would be really good also. But yeah, this is very similar to Fate. Pretty similar, at least. I was scared of that and asked, but perhaps that might be a good answer. What are you still thinking about that thing from before? Yes, but for now, the hard feelings have faded. I can't stray off course until this vampire is defeated. Until then, we will fight together. A remake of this, hard to get now because, well, it's 20 years, so... Crap, I can't read that. Maybe the chances are slim. That might be what it says. But yeah, the thing is like, the author of this had so much success with Fate that he kind of prioritized making a bunch of Fate stuff for like the last decade pretty much, or like the last decade and a half. But just now we're starting to get back into some of his older works. Like there is a remake of this game that came out like 2 years ago. And that it looks phenomenal. I actually have it like downloaded, but it's just not fully translated into English yet. Um, but yeah, so and then there's also a movie coming out that's like from one of his earlier works. So I'm betting on if that ends up being successful, that he's definitely going to start adapting like that'll probably adapt like Tsukihime. Um, oh, he'll get that like an actual anime launch, which would be a good time after the Witch on the Holy Night movies come out. That should be pretty cool, cause it's basically like it's basically like same type of stuff, but it's just not Fate specifically. But anyway, there's like really after the Tsukihime remake came out, after the remake of this game came out, like a lot of more people started to actually look to some of his older works. So I definitely think he's gonna go back to some of them because they are pretty solid for the like hardcore fans, but also I think like they're just very solid stories in general. Like even just Tsukihime so far has been just an incredible story already, and it would be like pretty cool to see it animated. Cause this is basically a vampire story. Like there's not very many good vampire animes that actually come out completely. Like there's been a few like kind of more iconic ones, but this one I feel like is really kind of more of like unique. I would say it's pretty good. Let's see. Till this vampire is defeated, huh? That's right. That's what that was the relationship between us. Because this day was just so normal. I completely forgot about that most important fundamental fact. Hey Arcueid, just without thinking, when this is all over, when we're done defeating this vampire before we part, can't we do something like this just once more? Those words really come out of my mouth naturally. What do you mean? I'm saying after your task is finished, let's do these pointless things one more time. In the end, we're here together because we agreed to help each other. So I really was wondering what would happen if we were to meet again without any responsibilities. If we just met for no particular reason. Vampire, huh? I can think of a few. Yeah, there's quite a few. But mainly out of vampire enemies, I would say like Seraph of the End. Yeah, Seraph of the End was really good because it's not really. It's like it was pretty interesting to have like the vampires as like the dominant kind of race or whatnot, or the world. Yeah, Seraph of the End is pretty good. I'm gonna read the manga at some point, past where the anime left off. But I own the anime on Blu-ray. I've watched it I think twice now, and I've liked it both times. It's just that like it's not gonna really get a complete anime adaptation. But from where the story was going, it seems pretty cool. But yeah, like the few that I can really think of off the top of my head is like, yeah, Seraph of the End, Vampire Knight. Let's see, we've got, and then there's just some more like lighthearted ones I would say that have come around. But usually it's like following some of the general cliches of vampires, I guess, or like they kind of can show up randomly. Like I've heard a bit of rumors that the Monogatari series has vampires or something, so that sounds pretty interesting. But really we've just not had like a completely vampire focused kind of anime in like so long, really. And this one, if it came out, if Tsukihime comes out as an anime, it's gonna be really good. It's like so solid. Alucard guy, I forgot the anime. Oh yeah, Castlevania. Yeah, that one's pretty good, but that goes back to just like solid, just roots vampire type lore and that kind of stuff. It's pretty good. The Tsukihime in a way kind of goes to that, but it like integrates it with like the Nasuverse and like Fate kind of lore and like ideas, I guess. It's pretty good. But yeah, like I do need to finish Castlevania. I think I finished season 2, or I might have finished I think I finished season 2 and started season 3. But like the first 2 seasons were really good. But yeah, I still have to finish that. Let's see, that's not true. Just as friends and not thinking about her being a vampire at all. I just thought it would make Arcueid happy if we created some normal memories like that. If you're too busy, then it's okay. I only thought of it just now anyway. But that's really the opposite of how I feel. After her eyes widen in surprise, she nods. Okay, when everything's over, let's come here again, Shiki. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it'll be really, really fun. In the classroom bathed in the sunlight, Arcueid smiles and makes a promise with me. Yes, a promise. In the end, when we go outside, the sun has already set. Oh, and also, by the way, we got to that point because we asked about her 3 sizes. Yes. Very funny. Bro, this game actually kind of funny. Sun's already set. It's just past 7:30. A little early, but since we don't have anything else to do, we should start searching for the vampire. Well then, shall we begin, Arcueid? Turn around to face Arcueid, who was walking behind me. What, already? Didn't the sun just set? Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to start earlier. We've prayed around long enough today, so we should be serious at night, right? Arcueid, let's stick to our decisions. Yeah, now they're gonna hunt vampire. Shiki, you're strangely serious. If you're this serious, then why did you break our promise yesterday? Hey, I couldn't help that. I couldn't even move. Really did intend to go before. Yeah, if Aki didn't stop me, I probably would have gone ahead to the park in my condition. I see. Then let's do that. With a slightly empty expression, Arcueid says something I don't understand. Do what? You intend to go to the park, right, Shiki? We still have time, so if you couldn't get it done yesterday, then isn't it okay if we do it now? Oh, okay, that's fun. He's actually keeping his promise, basically. But the day later, she starts to run lightly. She seems to be serious about going to the park. Hey, wait, hey. I run with all my strength so I don't lose sight of her. Whoa, Arcueid kinda fast. So even though you're complaining, you still kept up, Shiki. Haha. Arcueid laughs. Baka. If I left you alone, you'd bother someone else. I just barely try to catch my breath after running my whole way. I knew there would be a lot of people here now. It's a bit unsettling since I can feel their presence everywhere. Like I said, why won't you ever listen to what I have to say? I hear your voice all the time. Oh, well then you hear me but you just ignore me? That's worse. I don't ignore you. If I answer whenever you scold me, you just call me an idiot, so I stay quiet. Oh, then maybe I have a problem too. Still try to catch my breath. From my school to this park is roughly 6 kilometers. Even if it was a little jog, going that far is too much for a heart like mine. It's not that she was running all that quickly. Actually, she seemed to be running slowly. But probably because of the effects of my anemia, I don't feel too well. Are you okay, Shiki? You don't have to force yourself. Shouldn't you rest on that bench? I'll do that. Once I'm rested up, we'll go to the city again, Arcueid. Sheesh, I'm happy you're motivated, but it's still too early. Finsker was like that too, but vampires don't move around unless it's their time.